Hi friends, a grand welcome to another session. Today we are going to discuss the MCQs of the poem The Canonization written by John Donne. Let's move on to the questions. Let's see what is the first question. The Canonization was first published in the year 1633. You must be familiar with the year because it is always asked in the question papers. Now, the second question. It is based on the title, the meaning. And the paradox lies in the title itself. The word canonization refers to formal recognition as a saint. And John Donne is going to canonize his love. Now, the third question. Your mind with arts improve. Here, arts refers to knowledge, acquiring knowledge. So the listener's mind will improve only when he acquires knowledge. Now, next one. Stamped face. It refers to the face of dash embossed on the coin. It refers to the face of king embossed on the coins. And do you know who the king is here? It refers to James I. Okay, can take it down, James I. Next one, dash bill refers to the mortality list or the list of death reported during the epidemic plague. What is the bill's name given in the poem? It is plague bill. Plague bill. Okay, plague bill. Next question. Name the mythical bird mentioned in the poem. In the poem, 3 birds are mentioned, eagle, dove and phoenix. But here the question is about the mythical bird mentioned in the poem. So you must be careful while answering. So it is phoenix. We know that the phoenix is a mythical bird and when its lifespan comes to an end, what happens? It burns itself out and rises again from its ashes. Now the next question is very important. A well-wrought urn is beautifully designed or decorated to hold dash of the dead. It holds the ashes of the dead. The well-wrought urn studies in the structure of poetry is a collection of essays written by Cleanth Brooks. Okay, you can expect this question in the coming exam. What do you mean by tapers? Tapers. Tapers refers to candles. Rooms in Italian means stanzas. Rooms in Italian means stanzas. The sonnets and lyrics composed will be like, according to the poet, it will be like well-wrought urns. Okay, well-wrought urns which preserve the ashes of the dead. Well-wrought urns. So sonnets and lyrics composed will be like well-wrought urns. How many stanzas are there in the poem? The canonization. It is an important question. 5 stanzas are there and each stanza consists of 9 lines. Okay, 9 lines are there in each stanza. So how many lines are there in total? 45 lines. Okay, 45. Be careful with the number 45 too. So 5 stanzas, 9 lines each and in total 45 lines. Now next question is very important. Each stanza ends with the word dash. Each stanza of the poem, the canonization, ends with the word love. Now, these 3 questions are very important. You must take a note of it. Lines 1, 3, 4, 7. Now, we have seen that the poem has 5 stanzas, 9 lines each. So, each stanza, the line 1, 3, in each stanza, lines 1, 3, 4, 7. You can just learn it like this. 4 plus 3 is 7. 1, 4 plus 3 is 7. So these lines 1, 3, 4, 7 are in dash meter. They are in iambic pentameter. And when it comes to 2568, 2568, they are in iambic tetrameter. And the question that you are going to get in the coming exam is this. Ninth line of each stanza is in iambic trimeter. Ninth line of each stanza of the poem, the canonization, is in iambic trimeter. Okay. Now, let's see the rhyme scheme of the poem. Rhyme scheme is AB, BA, CCC, DD. We die and rise the same and prove. Here we can see the figure of speech, assonance. Vowel sounds repeated here. Now next one. Let me love represents which sonic technique or which figure of speech? Let me love, here we can see the consonant sound is placed nearby and is repeated. So here it is alliteration. Now the next question. Though she and I do love. Though she and I do love. This is the last line of second stanza. It means it is the ninth line of the second stanza. Ninth line of the second stanza. And we had seen that ninth line of each stanza of the poem canonization is written in iambic trimeter. So, though she and I do love is written in which meter? Iambic trimeter. Now the next question. Name the birds mentioned in the poem: eagle, dove and phoenix. 3 birds are mentioned in the poem and one is a mythical bird, that is phoenix. Next question. Ending the first and the last line of every stanza with the same word represents which poetic device? Here in the poem The Canonization, the first line of every stanza ends with the word love and the last line of every stanza ends with the word love. So here we can see the figure of speech used is epistrophe, or we can call it antistrophe too, and it is also known as epiphora. So be familiar with these 3 words: epistrophe, antistrophe, epiphora. Ending the first and the last line of every stanza with the same word represents which poetic device? Or repetition at the end of each sentence. Now next question. According to Donne, lawyers get dash. Lawyers get litigious men. It means they come to settle disputes. Now next question. Who finds unification of sensibility in Donne's poetry? It is none other than T.S. Eliot. Why should the listener take a course? He should take a course to fetch him a job, to get a job. The speaker asks the listener to call them flies, to call him and his beloved flies. The speaker regards that their love is suitable for dash, for sonnets. So he thinks that it may be not suitable for legend or chronicles, but it is apt for sonnets and love lyrics. The canonization is included in the collection Songs and Sonnets. Okay, you should not forget the name of the collection, Songs and Sonnets. Now, Phoenix riddle is mentioned in which poem of John Donne? A question might come like that. Dash riddle hath more wit. Phoenix riddle. Okay, so Phoenix riddle is mentioned in John Donne's canonization. Songs and Sonnet is a group of dash love poems. The canonization is included in the collection called Songs and Sonnets, and this Songs and Sonnets, it's a group of collection of 55 love poems. 55 love poems. Next question. Other lovers will pray for a dash of the speaker's love. Dash of the speaker's love, so that they can model their love after it. Their own love after it. So they pray for a pattern Pattern of speaker's love. Pattern of speaker's love. Dash used the poem The Canonization to illustrate his argument for Dash as central to poetry. Paradox. Paradox as central to poetry. Paradox. Here it is paradox. It is Cleanth Brooks. Cleanth Brooks. The Metaphysical Poets. It is an influential essay written by C.S. Eliot. The Metaphysical Poets. Influential essay written by Eliot. Now, next question. The entire poem gives a new twist to one of the most worn conventions of the Elizabethan love poetry by expanding the Lover Saint Conceit to full and precise definition. Who made this comment? That is the question. And this comment was made by the critic Clay Hunt. You must be familiar with all these critical comments because it is always asked in exams. Now the next question is very important. Who observed that the metaphysical sacrificed the passion and passionate flow of poetry to the subtleties of intellect and to the starts of wit? This famous comment was made by STC, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Now, next question. Who commented that metaphysical sacrificed the heart to the head? This comment was also made by Coleridge. In real, Coleridge admired the poetry of John Donne, but he had certain differences with some poems. That's why he made a comment like this, that is given in the question number 35. That they sacrifice the passion and the passionate flow of poetry, and they sacrifice the heart to head like that. So, take a note of it. The next question. Who said the Canonization, an admirable poem which none but Donne could have written? This comment was also made by STC, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Now the next question. The most heterogeneous ideas are yoked by violence together. This comment was made by Samuel Johnson about metaphysical poetry. The language of paradox appeared in The Well-Wrought Urn, written by Cleanth Brooks. Who said language of poetry is the language of paradox? It is none other than Cleanth Brooks. So here comes the end of the 40 questions of the poem The Canonization. I hope all of you had enjoyed the session. So for notes, you can join the Telegram channel whose link is mentioned in the description box. And don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button and hit a like too if you like the session. So let's see in coming sessions with many more questions on the way. So thank you.